Welcome to Entrepreneur State of Mind. I'm your host, Dr. Dale Caldwell. Today we have a special show. We are interviewing extraordinary women to launch our Women in Business Network on RVN Television. So today I want to welcome Sara and Melissa. Welcome.
Hi, thank
Entrepreneur
you.
State of Mind.
Thanks for having us.
And so Sara Sykes-Moore and Melissa Lanno are part of Sykes and Lanno.
Yes.
Excellent.
And
so we want to hear a little bit about your beauty business and other things. But first, I always like to hear, how did you get started in this? How did you two connect?
So we worked for a corporate franchise about 10 plus years ago.
Okay.
We both were young moms, had children in our late teens. And we basically had to juggle parenthood and jobs and everything like that.
As teenagers? Really?
Well,
early 20s?
in our
early 20s? Yeah.
Early 20s,
Wow.
yes. And we both met. We went to school for skincare, and we both met at a corporate franchise, and we both excelled in the industry, and we were soon promoted to taking over the department.
Okay.
So we oversaw about a group of 13 women, and we grew their department by 75% in a year.
Wow.
So Sara and I brainstormed, and we thought that we are totally capable of beginning a business and really providing the community with something that wasn't really out there in the skincare world. Typically you see skin and hair or skin and massage, and there was nothing that strictly focused on just the health of the skin.
Yeah.
And our passion is just so immense for it that we thought we had to step up.
Well, the two of you have the entrepreneurial mindset. That's why we're here, the Entrepreneur State of Mind, that you wanted to do that. And so, Sara, let me ask you, what you did well in skincare. What does it mean to do well in skincare? Why were you better than the other people who did that? That both you got promoted.
I don't know if it's necessarily that I was better, because I think we're all great at our own craft. I think it's more of the drive of wanting to provide more education and really wanting to provide a great service opportunity in the industry that we didn't find existed necessarily. So when we wanted to go for that spot as being a lead and taking charge and taking over, it was actually very natural for us to do. We worked great together. And I also think that in the skincare industry that sometimes it can be a little competitive, and we were trying to break those barriers, which I think is benefited us, and it benefited the girls that we worked with as well. And we collaborate with a lot of businesses that are in the skincare industry because of it, because of our mindset towards it once we took that rollover.
Wonderful. And so a term that women know, but guys, esthetician.
Yeah.
So Melissa, what is an esthetician? You know, guys have heard that, but have no idea what it is.
So an esthetician in New Jersey is called a skin care therapist. Or specialist, right?
Specialist, okay.
We don't typically go by that term.
Right,
it's just esthetician. It's more well known.
Right.
But basically, we are able to provide facial services for clientele, waxing services for clientele, back facials.
And that's a good term, back facials. That's a new...
back facials are definitely up and coming. It's really, it's nice because we're looking at the skin as a whole, you know, and our skin is our largest organ. So being able to care for it correctly and appropriately really makes you feel good on the outside as well. So if you're wearing a low cut back dress and your back looks beautiful, then you feel beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, so they provide multiple different services within their scope of practice, but Sara and I mainly focus on skincare. We're really big on skin health, really strengthening the skin barrier, and we've noticed that when you feed the skin the essential nutrients, that a lot of your problems, conditions, and concerns start to diminish and decrease.
Interesting. And so, you know, here we're near a beautiful shore, beautiful beach. the sun seems to be stronger than ever, and so I'll ask you, Sarah. I mean, what do you do to protect your skin in the sun? You know, if a woman or a man is going out, what kind of advice do you have?
Really, I know SPF is the obvious answer. Right. However, really, if your skin is dehydrated, and because we live in New Jersey, our weather is changing constantly every 3 to 4 months. So a lot of us are dehydrated. So not only are we internally dehydrated, but externally our skin is dehydrated, which makes it more susceptible to burn, to feel dry from being out in the heat.
Okay.
So you actually, again, going back to making sure your skin health is intact, you want to make sure that you're feeding your skin with water, just like you're feeding your body with water. And you want to make sure you're feeding it with the natural oils that it needs as well, plus SPF.
Interesting.
Definitely.
And so how do you feed the skin with water? How this is fascinating to me, 'cause it's all brand new.
We kind of take it back, and we try to make skincare as simplistic as possible, right? Because we're the experts, obviously, in the industry, but we want our clients to understand and be knowledgeable and give it to them in terms that they would be able to understand, right? So basically, like I said, feeding our skin. So we look at products as nutrients, as vitamins, as supplements, right? So there's specific ingredients within products that are essential for skin health. And we want to make sure that we're feeding that to our skin every single day.
Wow, interesting. And that's for men and women, right?
Absolutely.
For men and women. And and like I said, guys don't really think about that. So from an entrepreneurial standpoint, so you've started your own business, and when you first got out there, how did you let people know who you were and what you were doing?
So we opened our business in Marlton, New Jersey. We had previously been working in Marlton. Sara grew up in Marlton. I have been a part of the community for about, I would say, 7 years prior?
At that time.
About 7 years prior. Again, we both have children. We were young moms, so we were very active in the community, so we were already very well known. Social media is a blessing in this case, for sure. So just really, I remember when I first finished skin school and I would put things out, and I'm an esthetician, and come see me, and no one would really say anything. It was very quiet.
Interesting.
And then after years of being consistent with it and really just building that accreditation, then people start to trust you, you, and then we were able to grow our business from that.
And we really let people in on it. So we did a spa reveal before we even opened our business, let people come walk around, and we really let people behind the scenes. And I think people are really interested in that as well, which was helpful when we first opened.
Interesting. And so describe the spa. I mean, what does it look like? I mean, what is
So we've moved. So we're in a new location. So when you walk in, it's very tall ceilings. It is open concept. So that just means that there are not closed off rooms with doors. There are drapes from floor to ceiling. I would say it's probably how many feet would you say?
10 to 11.
Yeah. And when you walk into the spa, we have an open retail area with open shelving, and then we have a couch when you walk in as well. So it's very much, we're trying to create that community aspect where everybody's welcome. And then when you walk through, there's a middle area, and then all of the rooms. We have 4 rooms. There skincare beds in there, and then we have our tables. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's a lot of warm tones, wood tones, and lots of white, but it's very beautiful, tranquil, but clinical at the same time.
Now, what kind of music do you do you put down? And what's your
everything?
So everything. It's just that there's no better. Is it calm? Is it upbeat? Is it?
It's really how we feel for the day.
Okay, good. Okay, well, that's an honest answer. I like that. You didn't say, well, we studied all this and we didn't know.
So
that's how you feel. Good.
We have our go-to, which is definitely more of a relaxing. But if we're feeling in a really good mood, the other day we were playing Bob Marley radio.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
And
nice.
Honestly, the clients were
loving
so
it.
happy about it.
They're I'm on vacation.
Exactly.
Because we just want you to come and although we're treating your skin and it is a little bit more clinical, but not clinical, we're doing something. We're fixing, we're working, but we want you to be at ease. We want you to forget about your troubles and just be in the moment and quiet your mind for a little bit. But I thought it was really interesting because the client did say something. He was like, "Oh my gosh, this is not like a typical spa. I love this music."
Yeah,
it was the first day that we were playing it.
Well, really? There you go. Well, that's you get to know your focus group and your market. And so what are some of the I'm sure there are people in the audience who don't know what's a typical session. Is it 30 minutes? Is it an hour? Give us why don't you both give us some of the sessions.
So typically what we find is best is to have mini sessions for maintenance. So that could be about 30 minutes or so, which is a little bit more unique, but sometimes the skin actually can't endure longer than that. You shouldn't be manipulating the skin longer.
Okay.
But we have other services that can be from 45 minutes up to an hour as well. So it really just depends on what the focus is for your skin. But I would say that probably most of our services are about like 35 minutes.
Okay.
But we're really educating you as well about product and your home care. It makes up a lot of your results as well. So we see ourselves as we're doing the fixing that you need for your skin at that time. And then when you're coming in, depending on what your needs are, they might be more. That's where it would need a longer service, or if it's more corrective.
And the parts of the body, so you'll do face, or then is it your back, chest, back, legs at all, or no, not so much, no.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Hasn't been requested.
Hasn't been requested. Hey, that may be on the menu. That may be on the menu. And so it's just fascinating to me. And business is good. So you said you're appointment only, so people have gotten to know you, and you're really, really growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that our biggest part in growth has been that we really try to be connected with our clients. Even during when we had to be shut down for a little bit, we were more connected than ever.
Okay. So during the pandemic, you were kind of, they closed you down?
We were forced to be closed for almost 6 months.
Wow, for 6 months, really?
Yeah.
Really? How did you decide? And again, one of the reasons I do these shows and we do this is that, so many small businesses were shuttered and big businesses were open. And so they don't realize that, when you have your own business, that your income is just done. And so how did you survive that? What's your survival story?
We adapted
as a business?
great.
Yeah, we definitely adapted.
You have the entrepreneurial mindset. You adapted, right?
So we had to really take a good look at our business. We provide service, and then we also provide retail. So I would say they each account for 50% of our business.
Oh, really? Okay.
So basically, we were like, well, that service aspect is completely thrown away.
Right.
So we need to make up for that in our retail. So we
went live every single day for about 2.5 months on Facebook providing education.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we also provided actually video call or even just by text or by email, consulting with people and asking them what their needs were.
Right.
In terms of what to use for their skin at home. But we also really, truly, genuinely care about our clients and people as well, and making them feel confident.
Yes.
And so we were also just checking in on them and seeing what was actually doable for them.
And their mental health. Like it was very, very hard for a lot of people, and being able to connect with them and stay, in touch was really important because our clients are like our family.
Yes.
They know so much about us. We know so much about them. It really is like a tight-knit group, and just making sure that we were there for them emotionally was, I think, really important.
And it's interesting, you talk to the businesses that have done that, and they're the ones who have survived. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to come back to Entrepreneur State of Mind and learn some more about the skincare business.
Let's go, Walter. Up to you. Walter, 12 o'clock. Come on, bud, you're scaring him. Walter.
One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fire was burning.
Okay, last one.
Came a whole hiking. And I said, boy, I'm not turning. I'm headed for a land that's far away beside the crystal fountain. so come with me. We'll go and see the big rock candy mountains.
That is incredible.
I know, right? It's the multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step, you can extend the bed, it can even become a workspace.
I meant the cat.
What's so great about him? He didn't have a workspace. He's a cat.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate.
Walter, go get some firewood.
Find new adventures, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hello everyone, I'm Mark Iorio. I'm the host of Rainmakers Roundup right here on RVN TV. The show is about looking for people who are in competitive businesses that are doing something different and unique in the world of sales and marketing. Join me right here on Rainmakers Roundup on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. and then again on Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. right here on RVN TV.
Welcome back to Entrepreneur State of Mind. I'm your host, Dr. Dale Caldwell, and we have the Sykes and Lanno team of skincare experts, and I'm learning a lot about this now, and so I may have to come visit you at some point. And so what percentage of your clientele are men?
Probably like a lower percentage.
Right.
I would say maybe 10%.
Yeah, that's what
I was
say,
going to
about
say like
10%.
10
That's what I would
10
expect.
to 15%. Yeah.
But a lot of that is because guys just don't know. We don't even think about this. And I mean, like what you said about hydrating your skin before you go to the beach, I never would have thought of.
Yeah. Men typically are like, I got my 3-in-1
Right.
in the shower and I'm good to
right.
go.
Exactly. And so how are the, I don't want to mention in particular, but there's one of the things, I'll say Clinique has a skincare thing, but it's just a scrub and something. That's probably the most that guys do. But there are other things. What would you recommend for guys? What's a product that you might recommend for a guy?
So I would definitely say hyaluronic.
Hyaluronic,
is
okay.
really, really important for everyone. That
Right.
is where Sarah was saying we need to hydrate our skin.
Right.
So hyaluronic binds moisture to the skin.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it's going to keep your skin hydrated.
Okay.
We can be drinking an immense amount of water.
Right.
Our skin is our largest organ, but it's technically like the last to actually receive it.
Oh, interesting.
So we
Okay.
do have to put it on topically. So a hyaluronic would be phenomenal for a man.
Okay.
Serum cleanser, really a cleanser,
Okay.
hyaluronic serum,
Okay.
SPF during the day because most of them are a little thicker like a cream.
Right.
And then I would say in the evenings, even if it could just be as simple as cleansing probably twice, depending on if you go to the gym or if you sweat during the day.
Right.
And scrubs are great, but sometimes they actually disrupt the barrier, meaning your skin, and can cause more dehydration.
Right. Interesting.
So it
Insulin,
feels
yeah.
squeaky clean, it
Right,
feels
right,
great,
right.
but sometimes that's not what's best.
Yeah. And it's just another. I mean, again, that's. Have you thought of doing? And I know a lot of folks will do like information session, on YouTube or other things. Do you do that? I mean, you're both photogenic, so you'd be perfect for that. Have you thought about doing that to grow your business?
So we were
Or
on a
sell products?
podcast for an entire year. So we are definitely putting ourselves out there. We do have social media.
Right.
We actually formulated our own skincare line because
that's
of
going to be my next question.
because of the need and what we have seen throughout the years of our experience. We know what the skin needs and we know what's effective, and we've brought that forward. So we would love to be on TV.
We would
for our
love-
skincare.
So let's. I mean, what's the website? Let's say if you
So-
just tell. Yeah, what's the website for your skincare line?
Sykesandlanno.com.
Sykesandlanno.com, and we'll be able to see your own self-developed skincare line.
We have
that's
our
fantastic.
services that we offer on there, our facial services, and along with our product line. And then it has some education for why those skincare products would be beneficial.
Okay.
But we also have a form on there as well for consulting, meaning if you're just not sure where to go, where to
Right.
start, and you need some guidance from a professional, you can fill out a form. It says what your focus is, and then we will call you and talk to you on the phone or have you come in and take a look at your skin.
I wonder, again, this is the entrepreneur state of mind. I mean, having products, and that's so many businesses will have great services, and they'll know their product, but they won't develop a product. But you want the product. You can be lying on the beach making money, you know,
Absolutely.
rather than your
Yeah.
time. And so, when did you first develop those products?
During lockdown.
Oh, really? So you took advantage of the, you know, that's again brilliant. And so you took a chemist. You went to a chemist, or how did you formulate this
So
stuff?
our first product we actually created ourselves. We made a blend, an oil blend.
Okay.
We could not really find it from any skincare line actually. And we were talking a lot about gua sha, which is more of like a stone lymphatic drainage. And we were doing that with our clients on video, providing them some education in how to do something for their skin at home.
Right.
And then from there, we started sourcing different labs in the United States because it was very hard to resource anything from the product lines we already currently had before.
Right.
So it did give us a little push,
It gave us a
Yeah.
push
which
for
was
sure.
great. We're so grateful for it.
Oh, that's
we
the,
would have done it, but I think it made us do it quicker.
I made you do it. And where was the lab that you used? Was it in Jersey or was it?
We
country?
use multiple labs,
Oh, you
so
did?
they're
Okay.
throughout the United States. Yeah.
Okay. You know, we have thousands and thousands of people that watch this show, and a lot of them are young girls and boys and others. And so, you know, what's the education process if they want to be an esthetician or want to have their own business? What if you're a young girl or boy and you're 15 and said, hey, I want to be like them? What's the process?
So I think if your goal is to be an esthetician, I think it's a little bit easier than becoming an entrepreneur. There's a book for it. There's
Right.
a school
Oh, really?
for
Oh, really?
it.
So you
There is
just get a
something
degree,
that
right.
you can. There's a school that focuses strictly on aesthetics. It's a 600-hour program, and you graduate.
Right.
And you
Right.
take a test, and you have to be licensed for it.
Okay.
And then it comes to entrepreneurship,
I
which
would
we say all the time, like there is no book
there's
for
no
it.
book for it.
There's no book for it. It is trial and error
Right.
over and over again, and
Failing forward in a
failing-
positive way.
Yes,
Yes,
we
yes.
say it all the time,
Yeah.
like fail forward,
Yeah.
fail fast. Like if something doesn't stick, move on to the next. You cannot get caught up. You have to just keep moving forward,
Right.
or you will get stuck.
And knowing why you're doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
and what the message behind who you are, what you provide. If you do want to be an esthetician, what is the why behind why you started? For us, we really want to create confidence in women, and we want to make skincare simplistic for people to understand.
Right.
It's complicated.
Right.
So understanding the why, what interests you, I would highly suggest before starting a business in skincare to get some experience.
Right.
I
right.
would definitely get some experience in different places and see where it fits best for you.
And that's really with many entrepreneurial endeavors. It's you want to work somewhere to learn how it it's not done, you know,
Correct.
to learn how to or to see the gap.
Yes.
To realize you see that hey,
Yes.
they're making a lot of money over here, but nobody's doing this over here, which is kind of
Right.
what you did.
Yes.
And I think that's really really important. You know, entrepreneurship I think is really the future. I think young people, it's
agree.
you know working 40 hours a week for some boss, it's obnoxious and so on. It's just not what it used to be. And we're trying to get more people to support those kinds of things. Now, from a
Absolutely.
customer standpoint, what I'm encouraging folks is to find these local businesses like yours. Go support the local, you know, mom and pop, the small businesses, the others, and go out of their way to really support those products.
Right.
And they'll go out of their way for you
Exactly.
in return.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And what we find is that, you know, I always tell the story of my daughter when she was young. I remember we went to a small business in a mall somewhere, and she walked down and said, they were really nice. She was like 9 or 10, you know, compared to the big
remembers.
box experience she has.
Right.
It's like these folks really care.
Right.
It's more personalized
Yeah.
typically as well.
Yeah, it really is. And so, as far as clientele, you can always take more. Are you looking,
Yes.
or are you pretty busy? You're pretty busy.
We can always take more. We also have 3 wonderful girls in
Okay.
addition to us on our
Okay.
team. And so we always are waiting for open arms with more clients.
Are you thinking about other locations?
We've talked about it, but I think really our want is to expand on our skincare line because I think that really makes up a lot of the results for people with skin.
Right.
And then maybe we would open another space.
Right. And so from a marketing, so as I told you, so we have a small business development center working with us in the northwest part of the state, but they're everywhere. And so again, we can connect you, and it's free consulting for small businesses. So if you want to expand your skincare line. You know, you can say, hey, you know, can you help us develop a marketing plan for doing this, or a business plan?
That's great.
Or if you need financing. So we'll definitely connect you with that. And so I think that's important. Is there a product line that you kind of emulate, a skincare line that you said, we'd love to be as successful as this line?
I think they're all successful for their own reasons, so I don't know that I could necessarily pick one.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not going to speak for Melissa and say if she would pick one, but I think it's the same as how we started. I think we take a little from everybody.
From all of them, right.
Yeah, so I kind of think we're a little unique because, again, we focus on the skin health.
Right.
And I think it goes in great combination with other services that we provide and other people provide as well. So I love a lot of skincare lines and taking a little bit from this. And a lot of branding is wonderful, but I think we as a brand do speak for ourselves, and I wouldn't know if I would compare us to anybody.
That's great. Have you done any of the beauty shows or other things? Or, you know, you're both the great speakers. You could probably, have you thought about doing that, to kind of go to a tour and do that?
Our brains definitely dabble in different areas right now. So when we started, it was just the two of us. We were in a small little cottage type spa, and we recently just expanded. So we tripled our space.
Oh, well, tripled space. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
we tripled our space, tripled our employees.
Right.
So things are just a little bit, they're focused really on the spa specifically. The skincare line is definitely something we want to move forward with. We just have to make sure that everything is in place at the spa first, and it can be running without us there.
But we are open to going to shows.
And we are in local stores as well. They do carry some of our skincare, which is really, really great. But the show's absolutely amazing. It's definitely in there.
We have a lot on our to-do list.
Yeah.
There's only so much time as a mom and entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what people don't realize. And that's what I try to instill on my daughter and others, is that time, you know, can be your best friend or your worst enemy. You've got to control time, or time's going to control you.
To us, I think we value time as a freedom, which is the bonus of being an entrepreneur. It's definitely the goal is to have freedom of time, and we really do see time as like our currency.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It really is, and I think that's part of your success. So we're at the end of time now, speaking of time. If you say your website again, they can find you where?
So we are www.sykesandlanno.com.
Wonderful. Well, Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Melissa,
having
thank
us.
you so much.
Thank you.
And again, I'm looking for big things from the two of you.
Keep
I want to
your
thank all
eye
of you
out.
for watching Entrepreneur State of Mind, and the Women in Business Network. Make sure you watch that. You'll see superstars like these two wonderful people. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.